Well, hey, Aquarius, how about a message from your metal dog by special request? Let's see what this message from the tarot is from your future self. We'll see what this is about here. I'm going to pull an oracle card or two. Ooh, exciting. This is about passion and the soul. That's very emotional, deep, intimate. Wow. Very earthy too. Like your passion, your soul reside deep in the earth. Like her eyelashes are trees and they're wintry. The leaves have fallen. And then there's all of this water rushing from the eyes for the lower eyelashes, I guess. And see all of these butterflies and dragonflies. I don't know why I said she. I think because I tend to think of Earth as Mother Earth, but it doesn't have to be. It's a very beautiful eye. Knowing, knowledge, insight. You know, it says passion in the soul, but I'm getting much more like really being present with this planetary energy. And then on the bottom, there is a lake. It's very moon energy. I keep getting this in every reading. I don't currently feel I'm on a moon journey, but people are getting moon journeys here. So the lake, this is the watery depths where you, Aquarius, it looks very peaceful, like getting away by yourself here under the water. To me, the moon, many moon cards, like it seems like a place that I want to go because it takes me alone into a deep inner knowing here. And the other thing that comes through for me with this passion card is Aquarians are often seen as the future, the predictors of future, the ones that live in the future. And they can see how things ought to unfold and what needs to be done before others can. So they can feel alone with that. And so that's what I get here is a kind of emotional getting alone with this, what you know. Maybe we'll find out a little bit more about what you know. Okay. I want to pull a card here from the Pride Tarot to add to the oracle here. Yeah, this seems, there's pain here in the lake. Going into the lake, into the quiet underwater privacy to kind of it helps to hold what you know, because you're seeing under the surface here of the kingdom. You can see the very foundations are hidden in the depths, as is often the case. Okay, let's see. What does Pride Tarot want to add to this? The Seven of Pentacles. Again, there's that intuitive knowing. Sitting there, meditating, and all of these ideas just striking your mind. You're like a tree. Now, there's a kind of thing in this as well, where we can see the eye appearing human is also a part of what's growing on the land. And this, you're coming in here as like a tree of life. Seven of Pentacles is usually about the work that you put in bearing fruit, and you can see each of the colors for each of the chakras represented here in this image. This card really has a lot more going on with it. Very spiritual work. And I see that she has, or they have, this, there's like this, these tools here. There's like a scythe, a little one that you would use to cut grain maybe. And then here a pickaxe, it's buried under the earth. And then you're out in space It makes me think of the High Priestess, actually. So I like to use this deck as an oracle deck instead of as a tarot deck, because and underlying is a Knight of Cups and a Nine of Swords, which again is about the woods and going alone in the woods here. This is a card often of anxiety and insomnia. So those dark nights. Okay, really fantastic, powerful, magical energy here, Aquarius. Let's see what's happening though, because this is just like the energy that you're in, and we're gonna pull some tarot cards to see. Let's get a little bit more specific, and these will come in as we go. This Knight of Cups here feels like a different person, like an outside person. Like this person is around you, is seeing you, knows you while you're going through all this like really powerful, solitary, like dreamy, Neptunian stuff. Like, so right now, Neptune is out there and it's going to grind to a stop, I think on the 4th, Saturday. It's right around now. And it's coming to a stop. It appears to be coming to a stop. And then it's been retrograde, and then it's going to start going forward. It will not return to its 20 degrees Pisces. So Pisces is important. That's why I think this Knight of Cups is your Pisces. I like that he has a little lesbian symbol on his mug, or their mug. So yeah, so this is, and check my work about the degrees, but it's somewhere around 20, 26. It's at the end of Pisces anyway. And so in our lifetimes, Neptune, which moves so slowly, will never return there again. And so that's what I'm feeling, like this really powerful, dreamy energy here. And since you're Aquarius, I just feel you like really being affected by the stars and what's happening out there in the night sky. And you're being deeply affected. And it's telling you something. And I want to know what that is, okay? And your future self is going to tell you something here. And let's see what specifically this is. So the first card we're going to pull here is, what is the reason for this message? So like, what's happening here? What is your future self telling you about? A Hermit. There's more of this, going inside, going alone for wisdom. The card of Virgo. Yeah, you can see she has these beautiful dark wings, and they are folded around her into this, again, that night sky. And then under the water, much like the lake, there's all of these fish. And the Hermit is a very productive place of solitude. And it feels like you are in some kind of solitary place, reflecting deeply and learning from your own inner light. And that's very Hermit mode. So then the next card is going to be, what do you need to face? What needs to come in for you? Wow. This is the Council of Monarchs. This is, in the tarot, it would normally be the Emperor, but it is replaced here by the Council of Monarchs, which I love because it's matriarchal. It is also multiple. They're just not one hierarch, but they do represent the structures of power within the world of Forhaxa, which is the world of this deck here. So it's dark here right now, but I think I don't know. I think it looks fine on the video, and you can see the cards when I hold them up. Yeah, and I'm noticing that each of the elements is represented here. The sword, the wands, the pentacles, the cups. So there's a representative from each suit of the tarot here in the Emperor. My dog is going under my desk here, and he definitely deeply desiring of a treat. So I'm clearly remiss in this. Okay. So as you really look at this Council of Monarchs, so this could be, you know, some institution, some power in your life. Here, you're supposed to look at this, whatever this is. It also is kind of, because all the elements are represented, it reminds me of the magician and that power of manifesting when you have all the tools. And here it's brought together by this council. Oh, you need to let go of the devil. Good idea. This is your addiction. This is your codependence. This is your insecurity. The devil tells you you cannot, and that is not true. Okay, so what's coming in for me, Aquarius, is when you look inside of yourself, you know, you've come to understand something about when you're looking at yourself, but you're also looking at this Council of Monarchs. And you're getting a very big, powerful message that you tend to carry alone because you're Aquarius and you tend to see before the rest of us see. This is a message that makes you, it's very powerful, it's moving, it's deep, it feels sad to you. And it has made you feel very isolated. But you also doubt what you know. And these cards say let go of that. Very simple. Let go of that. So this is interesting because the next card on the spread is what the tarot thinks is hidden from you that you think you should know. And it is the Two of Earth. So we've been drawn to think about the earth in this reading, about something that you know. I'm anxious because it feels like a sad thing that you're knowing. Here, though, we see balance. We see she has 6 arms. She's engaged in this really, it's a lot of work. It takes 6 arms to do it. You can see she's growing roses. She's cultivating something very beautiful. I can see the roots here. This is something really alive. It is drawing from the earth. This is important. This is almost like a reflection of your mind. And I'm caused to think of that because we can see how a human eyeball is also part of earth. And so we see again how what you know is right here at the root of what you're caring for, what you're balancing. Two of Earth is about balance. It also has so much more going on here about work and the work that you do. And this is wisdom. This is knowing that you are and you're helped here by a hummingbird and a butterfly. This is a part of what you're caring for. And I also see when I look at it, there's all of this rain, watering. It's like you're watering in 2 of your hands. It's just like literally coming out of your fingers. It's like, and so then I think of the magician. I think of being able, or the Council of Monarchs, like, you know, on the contrary to what the devil says, which is you can't. In fact, you have this power. You have earth power. Like, it's very, this wants to tell you that you have an important thing that you know. Don't doubt it. It is coming from out there, and it has something to do with earth and this root, these roots that are full of light in the earth. Okay, I'm really getting drawn into that card. So who is this future self that is bringing this message to you? Oh, there you are in victory in the future. When do the sunflowers bloom where you live, Aquarius? Here they bloom in the late summer. Oh yes, my dog is eating his dog food. That's amazing. What a good boy. When you're starving for treats, you have to resort to your dog food. Again, like very earthy, abundant, fiery, passionate. Like you can see she has wings. The Six of Wands is, or Six of Fire is easily read as victory, and this is you shining above the crowd. It's often somebody that is recognized in the future for what they, so when I get this message, like you're very alone, and the Six of Fire is very public. So it looks like a part of you that is being acknowledged in the future for something that you have been victorious in. A part of the victory is the attention that you get from the public in the Six of Fire. Wow. That's cool, Aquarius. There's a bunch going on down here. Oh, not too much for me to share. So this is definitely what I keep seeing is you. So you can see this is ascension of judgment. And there's a person, and she may be dead, but she's rising from the dead to the stars. For you, in this message, I get that when you're dreaming, or when you're most peaceful, like kind of when you're down here in the lake, in the quiet, and when you're hermiting here, you know, when you're off alone and you get that time, and when you look inward, you're actually connecting out here with the stars again, right? So we keep seeing this like Aquarian ability to connect and to know on a big level the future. And I love this. Your future self is telling you to trust what you know. You also get the Elder of Air, another sign of absolute wisdom and knowing. This would be the highest part of the hierarchy, the Elder of Air. She has replaced the king because there are no kings in for Haxa fairyland. And then also with this incredible, powerful knowing is your isolation, your uncertainty. This is how the devil is coming up, with you being up in your head and not knowing what to do. And it's just a point of indecision. So these are underlying energies to add to the reading here. But let's go ahead and I want to use the Star Seeker Tarot to clarify the meaning here of each of these 5 cards. It's so funny watching YouTube tarot because it's like you're in people's houses. We've become used to this because of Zoom, and I'm pretty new to YouTube world. But you know, you hear my heater go on, you hear my dog drinking. The other day there was a noise. I don't even know what it was. Was it my dishwasher? I don't think it even occurred to me to. Sometimes readers apologize for noises. This is just the context in which I'm giving you this message. So, the dog, he could eat more. So, don't worry. After this, I will take care of his. A, he deserves a treat because he's so beautiful, and B, he does get a little bit more dinner. Okay, we've cut the deck. We're gonna shuffle for each card here and clarify. So, the reason for this message is that you're going inward as the hermit. In the future, you're coming right out into public space, and this very public future self wants to tell you about something that happens through this process of hermiting. Okay, these want to pop out here. A Page of Wands. This reminds me of my littlest sister. Page of Wands. I'll explain here in a minute. That's so cute. There's a King of Swords again. Oh, hi, good boy. He's letting me know he ate and he deserves a treat. Okay. Right, the King of Swords was on the bottom. Yeah, Elder of Air. That's the King of Swords here. So this is coming up again in your... So this is definitely about grounded, very wise knowing here. And there's that Emperor again. This is the Emperor and the Council of Monarchs here. It's very repetitive. Okay. So this is about... Okay, so Page of Wands is a young, enthusiastic energy. Also a queer energy, or it's often read as foreign, but historically queer people, foreign people, they're all accused of being idolaters. And that just means, like, historically, people who didn't cotton to structural ideas, particularly of faith, were targeted and punished historically. Now we're in this moment where we're actually listening to these people. We're looking to them for truth that is going to transform the world. You have access to this when you go into yourself. I mean, this could be like your kid, but I'm thinking actually this is a part of you that maybe, like, if you have a young person in your life, then that kid is connected to a kid in you, and that this is a place of wisdom. It's a place of knowing. This very old, mature person has this beautiful, young, enthusiastic energy inside. These are the same person. These are aspects of you that you have access to when you hermit. And there is also a certainty here. This, I feel, is what you are getting wisdom about, which is, because we're going to look at this next, this Council of Monarchs, i.e. the Emperor. This is structural power. It's institutions of society. And whatever you're going into hermit mode to learn and connecting out to the cosmos to understand, I believe, has to do with the Council of Monarchs, which is the next card, and what you need to look at as you hermit, what you must face and focus on. Okay. These cards really want to jump out and talk to you, Aquarius. It's great. And usually I just pause when I'm ready, but they are jumping. Okay. Council of Monarchs, what you need to face and pay attention to. Okay, the Magician. Did I not say the Magician was here? And remember, I said that this card reminds me of the Magician. The 4 tools. The Magician has the 4 tools. Very powerful. This is a collaboration. This is one individual who uses all of the tools together. So when you think of a council, it can be that together you form a council. And so the council has all the tools like the Magician does. In addition, and I'm wondering, like, if the tools that we have, these 4 tools that are the suits of the tarot, I'm wondering if what you are coming to understand is that there aren't enough, or they're inadequate, or something about those tools and these methods that we've always used are becoming outmoded. And I get, this adds to this feeling here, the World card, which is a card of having completed a cycle, and look at you floating out into space like your star-seeking Aquarian self. That is so powerful. Wow, it's a very quiet card. You're very quiet inside. There's these bearded dudes, like, that's you. Magician, King of Swords. This is the little one. This is the little Page of Wands. So I'm thinking floating out here, silhouetted against, that looks like the Milky Way. Yeah, and I see this wand paralleled here. That's just, what is that? Maybe arms? Yeah, there's hair and arms going on here. So, but yeah, that seems like, again, the magician, the one who's lived on this planet and knows how it works, has learned how to particularly use the truth or philosophy, who's also now accessing this young self who's full of wonder, who believes in magic, who's inspired, who also sees quite wisely things from a different perspective. And there is like this, throughout we have this sense of you just doing this quiet, silent work in the depths, in the cosmos, up in the stars. So you're looking at structural power. It's the Queen of Cups. Emotional queen, intelligent queen, receptive, loving, open about her emotions. I always tend to lean towards like the tool that we need to use more is the heart. In concert with the mind. Like when I think of the King of Swords, I interpret him as having gone to battle and then sort of put the sword down and be, or at least to see that it needs to be used with other parts, these other features. I don't know yet here what's over, but I do see that at the very least you come back from this world, this ending, with the cup here. Again, a very solitary energy. You really can see her face here. She's a very peaceful, loving energy. So of all of the tools that the Council of Monarchs have at their disposal, that the magician has, there's something here about the cup. But I don't know, everything is represented except Earth. The wands, the swords, and the cup are here in this. Okay, well, don't worry, we'll understand this. Trust me, baby. Okay, Aquarius, the devil. This is, and you let go of this. This is, right, your idea that you can't do this. Your mistrust in what you know is what I'm understanding it to be, like whatever holds you back from carrying this message. And I've heard that Aquarians can feel misunderstood, misheard. Here. So the story of this card is that the big fairy, who represents the devil, tempts a little fairy there, the little shadow one, into the garden with a promise of something great. And then she removes the wings of the fairy. And so this feeling of the devil is that you sell your wings to the devil in this case. So you didn't have the feeling that you cannot fly. Of course, the devil can be beaten, usually by the strength card. Let's see here. You're supposed to let this go. Four of Pentacles. There's your Pentacles. That's that part where you cling to what little you have out of fear, a sense of lack. King of Pentacles, Mr. Security King. The same bearded dude here in this reading. He's a good guy. He's solid. He's dependable. A little boring. and 7 of Wands. Look at all that power. This is integrity. This is the card that comes after victory, 6 of Fire, which is your future self. This is also a card of resistance. Look, she's a witch, and the mob has come for her, and she stands in her power, holding her 2 wands. The other wands represent her enemy, people who are coming after her. Yeah, so the reason why you don't carry this message is you're afraid. You have a lot to lose, King of Pentacles. But ultimately, the answer is to bring forward what you know with integrity. 7 of Wands. It's an act of resistance to a mob mentality. And I see you doing that despite the fact that you've been clinging hard to Pentacles, very practical reasons for not doing that here. Okay, I'm still kind of trying to understand what the Council of Monarchs wants to tell us here. They're very clearly wanting to say something to you. They're almost appearing here as like a future energy. Yes, they're the star energy that you're connecting to. They're like the future society that you envision. Council of 4 representatives of 4 different ways, 4 different directions. They also seem very old, like from another time. Like sometimes I hear people talk about different timelines, and that somehow time, we just don't really understand how it works. And so that you can be on several timelines at once and at times. And if anyone can do that, Aquarius, right? Yeah, so they're really coming in. It's kind of giving me goosebumps. Like there's this, they want to tell you something. That's why you're called to look at this. They want you to know something. You're supposed to pay attention to this, face this, focus here. And then it's, yeah, like I have chills, like the time of this magician is over. The magician, the bearded feller that has all the tools to make the world in his image, is being ended by this Page of Wands. This old way is going to be replaced by this new way. And I think the Queen of Cups simply represents this feminine way, this young Page of Wands truth that comes to you, but from within yourself, but also maybe in your life. And so then this is that power right there of that Page of Wands, having grown stronger, having faced this devil, right? What's hidden from you, this 2 of Earth, this is this really powerful, rooted knowing, working the earth, collaborating here, finding balance, beautiful, beautiful balance. And I think of the 6-armed goddess here in this fairy image. The Hanged One. This is what's hidden from you. So this is a change in perspective where you get stuck here for a minute. This is going to help. You're not afraid to kind of hold steady and wait to see. This, I feel like, is coming through to me as a very comfortable mode for you, Aquarius. I don't remember what sign the Hanged One, Hanged Man is. But basically, you hang until you see. And I like this one is not looking down. Usually they hang upside down in the Hanged Man. This one is actually looking up, and it goes with all of these images we have of you looking to the cosmos to get this deep knowledge here. I keep showing you this one. But also judgment, this ascension, like it's almost the same bodily posture It is, of this skeleton and this hanged one right here. This is going upward, up, ascending for this wisdom. In addition to what's hidden from you is a King of Wands with the kitty cat. King of Wands. There's that willpower. There's that wand again that the young one carried. This is a maturing. I like that you have help from this cat person. He's looking at the hanged one. So there's a kind of a message about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which I tend to resist because I'm really interested in questioning the binary and what non-binary young people are teaching me about that. But here I see mankind being shown something through a feminine queer voice, the little Page of Wands here. So there's like, in this balancing act that you're doing, it has the Hanged One and now the King of Wands. He's a very alpha guy. Like, look, he's got a big wand, right? He has a lot of willpower. I love him. He's Leo. He's got his cat. I like this particular one, but I see him looking to you with humility. And there is, as a result of this change perspective that you bring, there is a change of philosophy, Six of Swords, a movement from one way of seeing the world to another. It's big. Like, look at that sky. Look at that path. It's a massive shift. There's a door open into another world here. Sorry, the light's so dark it turns blue when I bring it that close. It's kind of pretty. So this is what the tarot wants you to know, that there is a change of perspective. There's two cards that are about that. We also see this bearded fellow who's the emperor, who's the kings. Here, there's the magician. It's like, well, actually the emperor is like a blonde guy. But all the other male figures in these cards are this sweet bearded guy. He's philosophical, he's seeking, but he's coming to understand that he ought to look to you, or to this feminine energy in himself, this queer energy in himself, right? Because male or female, this is the old way of doing the world, even though it's trying. So we kind of can see a lot of that going on. Like, there's trying people who have privilege to change how they do the world, they do things, but they're having trouble with humility of like giving over the reins to the people who have not had the privilege or the power, the access to make things happen. This is happening. You're an important part of this process of moving towards this structure, this future place that is also an old place. And here you are being recognized or followed, Six of Wands, in the future. So this idea that you were afraid to bring forth is exactly the idea that we need. Okay? It's nothing less than that. And that's why the devil is, you're told to release it. To bring this forth with, fear not the mob. You can do it. Even this alpha king is going to listen to you. I can see his humility. He's waiting for you as well to bring this new message and to open this door into this world. This is where we're heading. They have something for us there, and you know how to get us there, Aquarius. Cool, I like big giant messages like this. I've been having them today for the signs. Okay, Six of Fire. You in the future. This is the person who knows what this is all going to happen, how it's going to unfold, and this is the one that has a message for you. What else can we know about this future self? Okay. couple of cards here. Yay, there is the new beginning, the new world. This is what's on the other side of that portal that the Six of Wands took us through. Okay. It's like a field of dandelions. And the pentacle is set. It's a new, real 3D beginning. Yeah, it's really coming through very much like your future self says, okay, there's going to be a new, I feel like a world. The Nine of Swords is here too. This is anxiety. This is being up in your head. It can be insomnia. What I see here is the truth laid out in front of you and the support of this bear. Like, so to me, I'm reading this as different from how the Nine of Swords usually is. You can sometimes read this card as like, she's like, this is a monster, but you don't have a problem with this bear. This bear feels supportive of you because you understand. This is where you're seeing from. You're seeing from this earth wisdom, this huge, expansive, grounded in the earth understanding. And so that's a part of what your future self is telling you that you can expect. Of course, you're in an air sign. The swords are your suit. And I forgot that here. And this is the King of Swords, so Aquarius, that is you in the tarot. And then there's the Tower. Wow. This is a big surprise grand finale to the world that is. It's this lightning bolt, these lightning bolts that strike this tower. These are your insights. This is how big and important these ideas are. Do you feel that way, Aquarius? Like, you know the future like this? Like, you know something big that's needed. That seems like I totally understand why the devil comes up. Like, I feel like, as an outsider, I'm excited that you have this and that it's you and not me that has this message. And I'm just telling you, like, as your tarot reader, that you shouldn't doubt what you know. And that we need this, what you know. And I feel like I almost want to cry. I'm so grateful that you have this. And I'm glad that the cards are telling you that when you bring it forward, you won't be thrown out. You won't face this mob. You will, in fact, be victorious. You'll be here. This is when you are telling us there could be something that happens after this, but the you that tells us what happened, what to do here, is getting recognized, not thrown out. You're telling us, like, there's support through these sleepless nights, through all these ideas. This big bear is here. There's this new beginning, and that it is absolutely a part of bringing in the end of a tower. And a tower moment it's always built on a shaky foundation, and it needs to come down anyway, right? We always have a choice. Do we do it for ourselves, or do we let nature do it for us? You are somewhere mediating between nature doing it for us and us knowing what to do so that we can maybe have a little bit of agency in how we go about doing this. So I understand your anxiety. If you're feeling this, if this resonates with you, that you might want to just stay King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, secure. That's just the devil. That's just the idea that you can't, that you don't have it, that you're not right, that something bad will happen, you'll lose everything. That's this feeling underlying. This is a decision point. Do I bring this forward or not? Oh yeah, and this is you again, Elder of Air. That's Aquarius. This is what it feels like to be you, to carry that truth. Pretty big, pretty dramatic. Wow, she is so like bringing in justice. Look at her. That's you. That's you, Aquarius. Bring it. Bring it. Your future self says it's going to happen anyway. So help us with what you see by sharing what you know. And that is the message here. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's divine. Wow, and it is. So in this deck, we got the World, card 21. This is here and what you want to look at, the end of the old world. And this is also underlying, which is the womb. And it is card 22. Can you read that? It's slightly blurry. This is the growing of the new world in the womb, the new cycle. And you're just like very powerfully waiting for what you manifested here. And there's definitely loss. There's definitely looking back. 4 cups is what didn't work out. That's a part of the devil here. Like, these didn't work. This didn't work. I was wrong. But there's the new idea. There's the new inspiration. It's an Ace of Cups. It's a divine gift. And you're tasked by your future self to look at the Council of Monarchs. Look at that future world. Envision it for us. Because, and maybe that's another way of reading this Tower. Like, it's coming down. It's coming down, and we're going to need a vision. And that's a part of what Aquarians are built for, is to see the future and to show us to really cut the path. So awesome, Aquarius. I hope this inspires you and helps you, and that if it resonates with you, you feel ennobled and ready to just tell that devil, bullshit, shame is always a lie. I'm going to know what I know, and I'm going to trust you're a channel too. And so I hope this helps you do that. I don't know. I'm excited. That was a really cool. Thanks for asking me to do this reading.